We'll start now. Let's start the session with the chanting of Navkar mantra. Join your hands, close your eyes. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamo Karo, Sava Pava Panashino, Mangalanam Chai Savvesim, Padimam Havai Mangalam, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamo Karo, Sava Pava Panasano, Mangalanam Chai Savvesim, Padimam Havai Mangalam, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamo Karo, Sava Pava Panasino, Mangalanam Chai Savvesim, Padimam Havai Mangalam, Padimam Havai Mangalam, Padimam Havai Mangalam. Bolo Adinath Bhagwan ki jai, Manatunga ji Maharaj ki jai, Bhaktamar Stotra ki jai, 24 तीर्थंकर भगवान की जय, जिन शासन देव की जय. I want to see smiling faces of everyone. How are you all doing? This or this? Everyone is doing good? I can't see all the faces, like most of the videos are turned off. Okay. Okay, that's good. So welcome to our 14th session. So far you have made it very well. And today we'll be talking about 15th and 16th shloka. But before that, I would like to invite Kriti to chant 1 to 14 shlokas.
Kirti, do you see her, Ashi?
Yeah, she's unmute. You have to unmute her.
So I'm wondering, Krita or Kriti? Kriti, okay. I see. Okay, sorry.
Bhaktamar pranatamolimani prabhana Mudyodakam dalita papatamu vitanam Samyak pranamya jinapadayugam yugada Valam valam bhavajali pattanjanana Yasanstuta sakalavanmayatatvabodat Tudbuddha buddhi patuvi suralokanate Stotre jagatritaya chitta harirudare Shoshe kilahamapi tam pratamam jinendram Buddhya vinapi vibudachita padapitha Stotum samudhyatamatir vikatatra koham Balam vihaya jala sanstitamindu bimba Manya kaichati jala sahasagrahitum Vaktum gunan guna samudra shishanga kanta कस्ते समासर गुरु प्रतिमो विबुद्ध्या कल्पान्धकाल कवनोदतनाक्रचक्रम् को वा तरीतुमलमम्बुनिदिम्बुजाभ्याम् सोऽहं तथापि तव भक्तिवशां मुनीश कर्तुं स्तवं विगतशक्तिरपि प्रवृत्य नित्यात्मवीर्यमविचार्य मृगेन्द्रम् नाभेति किं निजशिशो परिपालनार्थम् अल्पश्रुतश्रुतवतां परिहासदाम त्वद्भक्तिरेव मुखरीकुरुते बलाल्मा यक्तो किल किल मधो मधुरं विरौति तच्चामृचूरकलिकानि करे कहेतु त्वत्संस्तवेन भव सन्तति सन्निबद्धम् पापं क्षणाक्षयमुपैति शरीरभाजाम् आक्रान्तलोकमलिनीलमशे क्षमाशु सूर्याञ्शु भिन्नमिव शार्वरमन्धकारम् मत्वेदिनाथ तव संस्तवनं मयेदा मारभ्यते तनुतियापि तव प्रभाव चेतो हरिष्यति सतां नलिनी दलेषु मुक्ता फलादुतिमुपैति ननूदबिन्दु आसां तव स्तवनमस्त समस्तदोषम् त्वत्सङ्कटापि जगतां दुरितानि हन्ति दूरे सहस्रकिरणौ कुरुते प्रभैव पद्माकरेषु जलजानि विकासभाञ्जी नास्त्यद्भुतं भुवनभूषण भूतनाथ भूते गुणे भुवि भवन्तिमविष्टुवन्त भूत्या भवन्त भवनो धनुतेन किं वा भूत्याश्रितं यहि अनात्मसमं करोति दृष्टा भवन्ति नुपयाति जन सचक्षु पीत्वा पयशशिखरादुति दूर सिन्धु शारं जलां जलनिधिरसितुं क इच्छे यशान्तरागरुचिरे करमां विश्वम् निर्मापितस्त्रिभुवनाकुलभावभूत त्वमन्त एव करुणे जनभूतैत्यं यते समानमपरं नहि रूपमस्ते यते समानमपरं Done.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Very, very well done. Very nice rhythm. Sorry, I was on my call. I apologize for being late to the class. Over to Ashiji.
I would like to call Neelamji to invite the next person.
Okay. The next person that can go, does anybody want to go?
We decided for Arjit, maybe. If Arjit is here,
Arjit.
he can.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Arjit?
I don't see Arjit. I don't see him today. I know he was there yesterday, and Bhaiya said he would be the second one to recite.
Okay.
I don't see
Yeah,
him.
so we don't have Arjit. So
Neelamji, decide who you want to do next.
whoever impresses Neelamji will call you. So kids, it's in your hands now. Mahavir Prakash
Okay.
has turned himself upside down to get attention. I like that, Mahavir.
Okay. Would you like to go, Mavi?
Okay. Sure.
Oh, you're coming up backwards on the screen. So, but nice.
So that's his way of representing himself.
himself.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, 1 to 14, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Bhaktamar Pranatamouli Prabhana Mudyotakam Dalita Patamokhitanam Samyak Pranamya Jina Valambanam Bhavajale Patatam Jananam Yasamstuta Sakalavangmaya Tattva Bodha Dudbhuta Buddhi Patubi Suralokanate Stotre Jagatritaya Chitta Harirudai Stoshe Kilahamapi Tam Pratamam Jinendram Buddhya Vinapi Vibhudarchita Padapita Stutum Samudyata Mater Vigatatrapoham Balam Vihaya Jala Samstitamindu Bimba Manyakaichati Jana Sahasagrahitum Vaktum Gunan Guna Samudra Shashanka Kanta Kaste Kshama Suraguru Pratimopi Buddhya Kalpanta Kalapa Nodadhanakram Hovataritu Malamambunidinduchabhyam Soham tatapi tava bhakti vashanunisha
Mantaradri
Vigata Shaktirapi Vitatma Viyamayam Mrigendram Navyeti Kim Nija Shisho Paripalanatam
Jatu Marutam Chalita
Tvatsamstavena
Make sure this is
Bhavasantati
15 now.
Sannibaddham
Yeah, this is 16.
Papam Kshanakshayamupaithi Sharirabhajam Akrantalokamalinilamasheshamashu Suryam Shubin Samiva Sharvaramandakaram Matveti Nata Tava Samstavanam Maeda Marabhyate Tanudiyapi Tava Deshu Mukta Phala Tuti Mupaiti Nanuda Bindu Astantavastavanamasta Samasta Dosham Tvatsam Katapi Jagatam Duritani Hanti Ture Sahasra Kiranaha Kurute Prabhaiva Padmakareshu Jalajani Vikasa Panchit नात्यद्भुतं भुवनभूषणभूतनाथ भूतेर्गुणैर्भुवि भवन्तमभिष्टुवन्त तुल्या भवन्ति भवतो ननु तेन किं वा भूत्याश्रितं यैहानात्मसमं करोति दृष्ट्वा भवन्तमनिमेषविलोकनीयम् नान्यत्र दोषमुपयाति जनस्य चक्षु पीत्वा पयशशिखरद्युतिदुग्धसिन्धो क्षारं जलं जलनिधेरसितुं क इच्छेत् येषान्तरागरुचिभिः परमाणुभिस्त्वं निर्मापितस्त्रिभुवनैकललामभूत तवन्त एव खलु ते प्यणवः पृथिव्याम् यते समानमपरं न हि रूपमस्ति वक्त्रं क्वते सुरनरोरगनेत्रहारी निशेषनिर्जितजगत्त्रितयोपमानम् बिम्बं मलिनं क्वनिशाकरस्य यद्वासरे भवति पाण्डुपलाशकल्पम् सम्पूर्णमण्डलशशाङ्ककलाकलाप शुभ्रागुणस्त्रिभुवनं तव लङ्घयन्ति ये संश्रितस्त्रिजगदीश्वरनाथमेकम् कस्तान्निवारयति संचरतो यथेष्टम्. Thank you.
Very good. Everyone, please clap for Mahavir. Very good, Mahavir. From
Very
next
good,
time, you
Mahavir.
can bring like the other person who was singing with you, like in front. It would be much better.
So Ashishji, that is his brother Neminath. He was singing in the background. He's logged in as a separate login by now, and they had actually 2 week sessions or 4 sessions ago. They had come with their father. I think Father's Day last Sunday. They chanted with their father together. Correct me if I'm. I think that's the same group. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So you can keep changing your
Okay.
location. We are all good to see. Fun in class. Didi, you're
This
muted. Sorry.
better. Yeah, no. Next time when you chant, it would be good if you chant it this way. So there's going to be more focus. Easier for other people.
Yeah, now you are upside down. I mean, you're normal now on the other side. So, but very good job.
Okay, so we'll
So
move
do
with
we
the
have-
pronunciation now for 15th number shloka, and whosoever is left, we'll give like few more chances in the end of the session. So do not get disappointed. Okay, so first word we have is chitrang. It's not chitram, it's chitrang, because the next word we have is it starts with k, like K. So it's chitrang. Kimatra. Kimatra. We'll split it into 2 words. Kim plus atra. Kimatra. Chitrang. Chitrang means surprise or wonder. This is again a repeated word. Kim atra. Kim plus atra. Kim means what, and atra means in this. So what is a big surprise or what is a big wonder in this? Yadi. Yadi. Yadi means if. Yadi. Te. Te means yours. Again, it's a repeated word. Te. Te means yours. Three dashang nabhir. Three dashang nabhir. I'll repeat. Three dashang nabhir. It's a single word. Three dashang nabhir means through goddesses or through devis. Something happened here, and that was done by devis, like goddesses. Chitrang, Kimatra, Yadi, Te, Tridashang Nabhir. Let's move on to the second line. Nitam. It's not Nitam, it's Nitam. Because we already included R that was there in the previous word. Tridashang Nabhir. So that's why this will be Nitam. Nitam means obtained. Nitam. Nitam means obtained. Next word is Managapi. Managapi. So again, Managapi is made from two words, Manak plus Api. There was this Sandhi took place here, which because of which it turned to G, like G. So this mana, there are two manas. One mana is mind, and this mana means less. Manak plus Api, less, and Api means also. So we'll say it as Managapi. Managapi. Nitam. Managapi. Mano. Mano. Mano means mind. Na. Na means no. Na. Vikar margam. Vikar margam. Vikar margam means there is no alternative path, or there is no another path with bad feelings or disorder. Vikar margam. I'll go with these two lines again. Chitrang, Kimat, Yadi, Te, Tridashang Nabhir. Tridashang Nabhir. Nitam, Managapi, Mano, Na, Vikar Margam. Vikar Margam. Third line, Kalpant Kal Maruta. So we'll split this. Kalpant Kal plus Maruta. Kalpant Kal plus Maruta. Kalpant Kal means a period of destruction or a calamity. And Maruta means wind. Kalpant Kal Maruta. Chalita Chalena. Next we have is Chalita Chalena. It means like the strong winds, they are moving or they are shaking the strong mountains. Kalpant Kal Maruta Chalita Chalena. Kalpant Kal Maruta Chalita Chalena. In the last line, Kim. Kim. Kim means here what? Kim. Mandaradri. Mandaradri. Mandradri, it's a very important element here. It refers to Mount Meru or Mount Sumeru, both are same. Kim Mandradri Shikiran. Kim Mandradri Shikiran. Mandradri plus Shikiran. Shikiran here refers to Shikhar. Chalitang. Chalitang. Kadachit. Chalitang means shake. Kadachit means never. Sorry, it's a little bit disturbed over here. It moved. Kim Mandradri Shikiran Chalitang Kadachit. Kalpantakal Maruta Chalita Chalena. Kim Mandradri Shikiran Chalitang Kadachit. Just like we added Ang, the one with Mantungji. So it's the same we'll add here, like it's Chalitang instead of Chalitam. Because the next word that we have starts from K. We have to be very careful while pronouncing. Kim Mandradri Shikiran Chalitang Kadachit. I'll go over the entire verse one more time. First word is Chitrang, Kimatra, Yadi, Yadi, Te, Tridashang, Nabhir, Tridashang Nabhir, Tridashang Nabhir, Nitam, Managapi, Mano, Na, Vikar Margam, Vikar Margam, Kalpantakal Maruta, Kalpantakal plus Maruta, Kalpantakal Maruta, Chalita Chalena, Chalita Chalena. Kim Mandradri, Kim Mandradri Shikiran, Mandradri Shikiran Chalitang Kadachit, Chalitang Kadachit. Let's hear the singing version of it. Chitrang kimatra yadi te tridashanganaabhe nitam managapi manona vikar margam kalpantakal maruta chalita chalena kim mandaradri shikharan Chalitang Kadachit. Chitrang kimatra yadi te tridashanganaabhe nitam managapi manona vikar margam kalpantakal maruta chalita chalena kim mandaradri shikharan chalitan kadachit. Chitrang kimatra yadi te tridashanganaabhe nitam managapi manona vikar margam kalpantakal maruta chalita chalena kim mandaradir shikharam chalitang kadachit. I hope the pronunciation is clear to everyone. Any doubt so far about the pronunciation?
So, Ashish, you have two hands raised. Do you want to do them now or after you've done with your
If
segment?
it is related with the pronunciation, so yeah, we can go now.
Okay, so I'll remove all raised hands. Kids, only raise hands if you have a question. Okay, I'm unmuting Saina. Saina, go ahead.
The word monogamy, when you plus, there's two words, so when you plus it, it's monogamy, and when it's just the two words, it's monogamy. So how come the G is not there when you're like plussing them?
Okay, so there is actually Sandhi involved here, like according to the Sanskrit rule. So when this G hit with the so that's why it turned on to K, like there was visarga over there. So, and then when we combine it, so the visarga was removed, and then it took the form of G. So that's why it's managapi. Because of that visarga, the visarga was removed and K was placed, and then G was placed over there. So it's managapi.
Okay. Thank you.
Next I have is Agamya. Go ahead with your question.
Can you sing the shloka a couple more times, so just to make sure?
Okay. Okay, I'll sing it one more time.
Yeah, I was going to sing too, so, but yeah.
Okay. You can join if you want. Chitram kimatra yadi te tridashanganabhir Nitam managapi mano na vikar margam Kalpant kal maruta chalita chalena Kimandaradrishikharan chalitam kadachit. Is it clear? Agamya? Yeah? Okay.
So I have one more, Anvesha and Tanmay. Please go ahead.
Can you please repeat the pronunciation, the third and the fourth line again? It's really confusing.
You want the pronunciation for first line?
No, third and fourth.
Third and fourth line.
Okay. So it's Kalpant Kal Maruta. Kalpant Kal plus Maruta, which gives us Kalpant Kal Maruta. Chalita Chalena. Chalita Chalena. Kim.
Okay.
Kim. Next word we'll break it. Mandaradri. Mandaradri. Try pronouncing with me. Mandaradri. Very good. Shikhiran.
Can you repeat that?
Shikhiran. Like Shikhar, the peak that we have of the temple.
Shikhiran.
Shikhiran. Very good. Chalitang. Chalitang. Very good. Kadachit. Kadachit.
Kadachit.
Excellent. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
And I will be singing it a few more times too, so we'll get a chance to go over it many times before the end of the class.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move ahead for the meaning. So as I mentioned, like okay, I want to ask you, like, what is the most important mountain, like most important sacred mountain in Jainism? Anyone? And why? Which
Krita,
one is
please
the
go
most
ahead.
sacred and important?
Krita, please go ahead. Trying to unmute you.
I think it's Mount Meru because Mavishwami Bhagwan
was born there.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else?
Amiya, please go ahead.
The most important mountain is Paritana because there's like a big temple there.
Okay, but there are like other mountains also where there is a big temple. Why
Okay.
only Palitana?
Because
No problem.
like Rushabdev built it, and it will be like in like eternal, like even like 100 years from now will still stay.
But then what about Samishika?
Yeah.
That will be there 100 years from now.
Like it's like eternal means even like in the sixth era it'll still last, but like the other mountains might not be there anymore.
How can you be so sure about that?
Because I read it somewhere and I know the fact.
Okay, I really appreciate your reading. But just to correct like one thing, that Lord Rishabh did not build that mountain. It was built by other people, but it was dedicated to Lord Rishabh, Palitana. But yeah, good try. Anyone else?
The
Which
next
is
I've got Anvi Shah, and then after that we should move with the class.
I think it was the most important mountain is Metzger because 20 out of the 24 Tirthankars went from there.
okay, good. Okay, so the first answer was correct. The most important mountain, like the most sacred mountain, is Mount Meru or Sumeru. But I want to know, why do you think like it is the most important one?
Okay, I'm
Just one
unmuting.
last.
Sorry, unmuting Agamya here.
So I was gonna guess which mountain I thought was the most important. Can I still say it?
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe the most important mountain in Jainism it's called Shikarji because it has all the 24 talks on there.
Mm-hmm. No, like okay, so that one is also important, but the most sacred and important one is Mount Sumeru. And why? Because it is known as, like, it is considered as the center of the universe. And it's not only in Jainism, it's there in Hinduism as well as in Buddhism. So Mount Sumeru, because it's, as I guess Amiya mentioned, like it was there just like Palidana. So it has been, like, in existence from several, like, thousands and thousands of years, and it's gonna be there for next 100,000 or maybe lakhs of years. So it's the same with the Mount Sumeru, like from thousands of centuries it's there, and it's the center of the universe. So in this shloka number 15, Acharya Mantungaji, he has made a comparison of Lord Adinath ji, like the virtues and qualities of Lord Adinath ji with the Mount Sumeru. Why? Because it is stable at one position, and it is not very easy to move that mountain. So in what terms, like, he thinks that Lord Adinath can be moved? So okay, yesterday we talked about one important vow of Jainism. Can anyone tell which one was that?
Okay, please raise your hands for this question. I've got, and I want to try somebody new because you've already spoken. If there's nobody, Viha Jain, please go ahead.
Non-possessiveness.
Very good. Very good. So yesterday we talked about parigraha, non-possessiveness. Today, in this shloka, he has mentioned about celibacy, brahmacharya, which is another very important vow in Jainism. So what happens here is, like, you see, there's three Dashang Nabir, which means, like, he has been trying to, his mind was trying to be, he was distracted by lots of devis and goddesses, but he was so firm that he was not able to, move, or he was so firm in his meditation state that he was still there, like he was not able to get distracted. Sometimes, suppose, okay, if like it's a very lay example, like if I, already purchased a new cell phone, or new smartphone, and then there comes, like within a month or next month, something else very good will come with updated features. So sometimes we get like attracted to that I already have one, but I aspire for that. Okay, wow, that one is much better, I should have got that one. It happens like with not only in case of smartphones, but there are many other things, like maybe cars, some people, or smartphones. There are different things, right? So we are not satisfied with what we have, and we try to, like gain more and more, and we, in that way, like our mind is distracted. So in this shloka, Acharya Manandandaji is saying, like, even though like very beautiful apsaras, very beautiful goddesses, they are in front of Adinath Bhagwan, they are dancing, they are trying to catch his attention, but none of them is successful. Why? Because Adinath Bhagwanji is so much determined, and he is like, as we discussed yesterday, he is free from all possessions, he is free from all kinds of attachment. He did not think like, okay, he appreciate that, okay, that particular goddess is beautiful, but he has no feeling of any attachment towards them. But if a normal person, or if a lay person will see anything which catches their attention, suppose if a new if a new place is built, or if a new mall is open, so we'll be like, okay, I want to go there, I want to try that thing. But who is the right person who limits himself to whatever he has and do not aspire for more? Like, you should be happy with what you have. And once you are able to curb like all your possessions and all your desires, then you will be able to get free from all kinds of attachments. And that's why, like, mentioning the vow of celibacy over here. So when we try to, control our inner desires, so what happens? We are able to generate like a better connection, develop better connection with the God, because in that way, like our upper chakras, so they get activated. When we indulge ourselves in other kinds of activities, like when we do not follow brahmacharya, so in that case, like our lower chakras get activated, and in that way, like all our positive energy, it gets downwards, like it gets negative. So that's what like here mentioned, as you can see, like, so he say, "O Vitaragi, in spite of all your qualities, all your virtues, you are so much consistent, you are so much constant and indifferent that even the fairies or the goddesses of the heaven cannot distract you." And what else he's trying to say? So in the comparison, in the next two lines, like the last two lines, he's trying to say that just like any strong, fearful wind, or any calamity, or any like volcano, anything comes around, Mount Sumeru will be there. It was there earlier also, it is there, and it will be there for long, like upcoming centuries. No one can move that mountain. It is the same thing. Anyone knows like any example of our Tirthankars or Jinas who were very still, or in a constant state during meditation? There is one very famous.
So I'm unmuting Krita. Krita, please go ahead.
Madhuswami Bhagwan, because he meditated in a forest for like 12 years.
Very good. And there is one more, Bahubali Bhagwan. I don't know if you have heard about him or not, but when he was meditating, so like the creepers and all the trees started growing from his body, like he was fully covered with the trees and creepers and other things around him, but he did not move from one place to another. He was just there in a meditative pose, closing his eyes and standing. So our faith, our determination, our devotion should also be like that towards anyone, like not only Lord Adinath, but any deity you are following, anything you are worshipping, Your faith should be constant like that. No one else, like no outsider should come that, okay, you know what, if you'll do this, this will happen. You can believe that, but you should be constant. You should be having like firm faith in what you are doing is exactly right. So that's what the meaning of the shloka. Now, okay, so we'll start with the 16th shloka. There are many words which are common to the prior shloka. First is Nirdhuma Vartir Pavarjit. We'll split this word into three parts. Nirdhuma Varti Apavarjit. I'll repeat. Nirdhuma Varti Apavarjit. Nirdhum means without smoke. Without smoke. Varti means without the wick, that cotton wick that we have in the center. And apavarjit means without oil. Nirdhuma Varti Apavarjit. It's a little bit complicated word, but if you will split it, it would be easy to pronounce. Nirdhuma Varti Apavarjit. So it would be Nirdhum Varti Apavarjit. Tailapurah. Tailapurah means completely dipped in the oil. Tailapurah. Kritsnam. Kritsnam. I'll repeat the word. Kritsnam. So the S, you can see it's half S. So it's not sa, it's just s. Kritsnam means entire. Kritsnam Jagat-trayamidam. We'll split this word again. Jagat plus Trayam plus Idam. It's not Midam, it's Idam. Jagat plus Trayam plus Idam. Jagat means this entire world. Trayam means three, and Idam means this or here. So when you'll join it, it would be Jagat Traya Midam. Prakati Karoshi. Prakati Karoshi. Prakati Karoshi. Prakati Karoshi. Kritsnam Jagat Trayam Idam. Jagat Trayamidam. When we'll combinedly like pronounce it, instead of Idam, it would be Midam. Jagat Trayamidam. Prakati Karoshi. Nirdhuma Vartir Pavarjit Tailapurah Kritsnam Jagat-trayamidam Prakati Karoshi. Third line, Gamyo Na Jatu. Gamyo means attractive or something which is very pleasing to the eyes. Gamyo Na Jatu means never. Jatu means never. Marutan was there in the previous shloka as well, which means wind. Marutan. Chalita Chalanam. It is also like a repeated word. Chalita Chalanam. There are lots of similarities in this in these two shlokas. Chalita Chalanam means moving mountains. Gamyo Na Jatu Marutan Chalita chalanan. Deepo parastvamasi. So we'll break this word. Deepaha plus aparaha plus tva plus masi. Now someone will ask like it was deepo, like it was O in the initial word and then it turned into AH. Why? Because there was visarga over there, like the two dots, colon, and then when it was dropped, so it became deepo. Deepoho parastvamasi. Deepaha means the earthen lamp or diya. Aparaha means unique. Tva means you or your. And it's not masi, so it's a verb which means like to be or to existing one. So it's Deepa parastvamasi. Natha means O Lord. Natha Jagat Prakashaha. Jagat plus Prakashaha means light in the world. Jagat Prakashaha. Deepo parastvamasi. Natha Jagat Prakashaha. I'll go over the pronunciation one more time. Nirdhumaha Varte Apavarjitaha. Nirdhuma Vartir Pavarjita. Tailapuraha Kritsnam Kritsnam Jagattrayamidam Jagattrayamidam Prakatikaroshi Prakatikaroshi Gamyo na jatu Gamyo na jatu Marutan Marutan Chalita chalanam Chalita chalanam. It would be good like if you'll try to pronounce side by side. Doesn't matter if you are on mute, but it would be good like for your own practice. Gamyo na jatu marutan chalita chalanam. Deepa parastvamasi. Deepaha aparaha tva masi. Deepaha parastvamasi. Natha Jagat Prakashaha. Jagat Prakashaha. So let's sing it. Nirdhuma vartir pavarjit tail pura. Kritsnam jagatrayomidam prakati karoshi. Gamyo na jatu marutanjalita chalanam. Deepo parastvamasi nath jagat prakasha. Nirdhuma vartir pavarjit tail pura. Kritsnam jagatrayamidam prakati karoshi. Gamyo na jatu marutanjalita chalanam. Deepo parastvamasi nath jagat prakasha. The last one, everyone will try to like pronounce with me on mute. So that in the end, like when we'll call for the pronunciation, you'll be expert into it. So join your hands. Try. Nirdhuma vartir pavarjit tail pura. कृत्स्नं जगत्त्रयमिदं प्रकटीकरोषि गम्यो न चातुमरुताञ्चलिताचलानाम् दीपोपरस्त्वमसि नाथ जगत्प्रकाश. I hope the pronunciation is clear. Since we are running out of time, so I'll take the questions in the end. And firstly, I'll cover up the meaning. As Misha rightly guessed, like you can see, yeah. So in the picture earlier, you saw that the Lord Adinath Bhagwan, he was resembling a diya. He was resembling an earthen lamp. Can anyone tell me like what are the qualities of an earthen lamp? Or what are the characteristics? I mentioned in the word meanings.
Misha and Umang, please go ahead.
So basically a lamp, it when it's burning, it gives off smoke,
Mm-hmm.
and it extinguishes after a certain amount of time.
Okay, very good. There is one more.
And
What
Diksha
is the
Jain.
important element?
Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's symbols like devotion or something.
No, like we need something to light up a diya. There is one very basic thing.
Fire.
Yeah, fire
You need
is there, but what do we
oil
light?
and wick. Oil and wick.
Yes, oil and wick.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, so without that, the diya or lamp is incomplete, right? Yeah. So in this shloka, Acharya Manatangaji has compared Lord Adinath, the light emitting from Lord Adinath's aura, with the diya. So a diya, I mean, it requires these three things. Like it requires, it emits smoke, it requires oil, and it requires the wick also. But Lord Adinath is such kind of a lamp which lighten up the entire world, but he do not need all these things. Without that also, he lighten up. And how he lightens up? With the knowledge, with the Keval Gyan that he has. And that's how he became enlightenment. Right? So here, like Acharya Manatangaji is saying that, Lord, you are the enlightened one, just like a lamp. But you are not an ordinary earthen lamp. Who you are? You are a flawless lamp who lighten up the entire world. Prakati Karoshi illuminates the entire world with the light of your knowledge, of your Gyan, so that each and every human being can attain enlightenment. So that's the overall gist. And what is the input and output when the lamp is lighting? If we give something to some other person, so there is an effect also. So what is the input and output over here? What is going and what is coming? Anyone?
I'm calling on Amiya. Amiya, please go ahead.
So, like, what comes in is like the fire, and when it extinguishes, like smoke comes out.
Okay. So how you will say like, okay, fire resembles something else also. So can you tell me what is that? Anyone else? If not,
I'll go with Tivisha. Tivisha, please go ahead.
Okay, do you say oil? Oil.
Remember the hint? I went over it in the story.
The
You guys
oil
remember?
in and the fire's coming out.
No, there is something else. Apart from oil, wick, and fire, what else do you think? can be the input and the output.
Okay, I'm going to go next with Ridhima. Ridhima, please go ahead.
I think you will get the output of heat.
Okay. And input?
You actually light the fire.
Okay. Okay, so there is a similar word to fire. Not similar, but you can enhance that word fire. You're very close.
I'm going to
Just
unmute
one last
Saina.
guess.
Okay, last one, Saina. Go ahead.
What was the question again?
Okay, so when the lamp is lightened, what is the input and the output?
I don't know.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'll answer this. Let me give you an example. You are in a dark room, and there is one light in that. So what? And you turn on the light. So what is the input and what is the output? Now, can anyone tell?
I've got 4 people that raised hands, so I'm going to go with Amia first. Go ahead. Amia.
Also, NC and Princey Shah want to go. I got that in the chat.
So like when you first like what I think like the input and output would be is like, you know how sometimes when you're a kid you have less karmas? That's like how the candle is when like it's not burnt with the fire, but when they get older they come up with more karma, so the fire turns black, like your karmas.
So okay, what is that black form representing?
It
Very well mentioned.
Like it represents like bad karma.
Bad karma. And bad karma is there in the form of what?
Like
what is there in the entire room without the light?
Like there's no light and you can like get scared. So like maybe you did something bad that you are in a dark room.
Sorry.
What is the
when
word
there is
for
no
that?
light, what is that state called?
Yeah. What is the word?
Absence of light is what?
Night? Like without like.
What is the opposite of light? What is the opposite of light?
You're very close.
Darkness?
Yes.
Exactly. You got it right. So like an outcome depends on what the input is. So in this case, in the case of lamp, what is the input? Darkness is the input. And what is the output? Light is the output, which we can see like in the form of smoke and fire. So it's the same, like when you give something to others, so you are also receiving something. If you are delivering your knowledge, if you're sharing your gyan with other people, so what you are acquiring good karmas. That's why we say if you are telling something to other, so it should not be like incomplete or it should not be incorrect. Because if you will deliver some wrong knowledge, then the bad karmas will come into your account. Doesn't matter that you are delivering knowledge. But if it is not correct, it's your fault. It's not the fault of the other person. Because he trusts you, he's trying to get knowledge from you. But if you're giving him wrong knowledge, then it's your fault. So that is the reason, like Adinath Bhagwan, he's compared with the light of knowledge, divine light of knowledge, in whatever he's giving to the entire world. So they are receiving it and it is for the betterment of them. That's why we say like half knowledge is dangerous. I hope the meaning is clear. So since we are running like out of time, I would ask Neelamji to tell the bhav and then we'll take your questions. The story and meaning, everything else is covered. Sorry,
So
before that, just I'm sorry, just like before bhav, the homework will be same. Writing and the video, and along with that we'll give you a survey that you have to complete with the help of your parents or on your own.